Cap's Commissary. Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. This seems to be something I'm going to be talking about a bit too much about. There are going to be other bits of content on the channel. I've just finished scheduling in some stuff whilst I go on vacation, but it's always when you want to take a little bit of a break, there's always kind of like something that drops. So yeah, I'm recording this on Saturday, it will be put out on Sunday. I wanted to go a bit of a deep dive into the backstory of this situation. You might be saying, Rich, I don't care, but why do we need to look? Why is there a backstory? Who gives a damn? Well, there is. There's context to everything. And we literally have to go back to December 2021 for context on Hoarding and Kabam posting something on the forums. It's really important. I think this is a really good video and topic to go back in time for. So, here we go. We got the Commissary on at the moment. You need gold, you need awakening gems, you need a whole plethora of things. You even need shards. And you need to hoard these things. I've seen some really weird takes. I actually think I'm going to dig up one of the takes from this. But look, it's something that is a big discussion point at the moment, which is this right here. I'll put links to everything we're discussing in the description if you want to check them out. But yeah, like there's this thread there. There's been loads of threads on the forums. I thought they were trying to steer us away from hoarding. Well, it goes a bit, more deeper than that. It's all like... Demons Fire. I've seen have some good takes in the forums, but this one's saying, why would saving 6-star crystal shards be considered hoarding? Well, if you don't know, like there's these things called champions. You get new champions coming into the game. Only a very new thing. Maximum sarcasm, by the way. Only a very new thing. These things called 6-star features. Now, they have new champions in. So, why do you want to save? Why do you want to save any 6-star shards for those when they launch to kind of buy 10 at one given time? No, that's not how that works. You want to save 150,000 6-star shards for that, or maybe the same for 5-star shards. No. Look, that's how it is. Like there is hoarding still encouraged within this game. Otherwise, 6-star features would cost the same amount as a normal basic, or some of the newer champions would just be thrusted straight into the basic. That's how that should be then. But it's not. It is what it is. Would you hoard up certain trophy tokens volumes for something that's kind of like, oh, I only save up my trophy tokens for something that's more expensive? Oh, there's stuff called loyalty, by the way. Only a very new thing. There's stuff called loyalty. You got to save loyalty. Save loyalty to exchange for goods in the loyalty store. Oh, incursions! You gotta hoard artifacts for a more expensive crystal, or have a better chance to grab dupes of them. Oh no, a very new thing with MCOC. Bit of jokes there, bit of sarcasm. But look, that's kind of like, I think hoarding is still something in game, but there's a lot of hypocrisy around it, and we've got to take a bit of a journey with it. As this particular thread did kind of like front up, Kabam Mike did say, setting expectations, this is not like the gold or trading events of the past. We're purposely trying to move away from the huge sales and events like those that encourage months of hoarding, like saving units for Cyber Weekend. Instead, it's all about spending for Cyber Weekend. Is that what's being said here? There's a lot of kind of like weird double standards here. And look, am I going to get really angry about it? No, because I do not let this game live in my head rent-free. But I do hoard units so I can get Cyber Weekend deals. I will hoard loyalty because there's better stuff of higher volume that's going to be added later on. Like Kabam, I've even said they're going to do that. Would I hoard artifacts to try and get 2 7-star incursion crystals in one hit? Maybe. But there's still hoarding in this game. And even more so when it rears its ugly little head. Now, we don't know the full extent of what's coming with the Commissary. It will be misery by the end of the week. So we don't know what the final 2 things or elements are. The elements I'm talking about is today, the 22nd of September, 24th of September, and 29th at the end of the week. Cap's Commissary is going to add 3 items to that particular store. The 5-star rare champion selector, the 4-star rare champion selector, and the loyalty selector bundle. In theory, if they add it there. They may not even add those 3 things in there. It may be like 1 or 2. As I've said, we don't know. We're in the unknown with this. Which is annoying because how do you plan? Like me trying to plan guides, spreadsheets and stuff like that. It's like, well, how do I plan this? This doesn't exactly work out according to my plan. And even on my holiday, vacation, I'm going to have to be updating my spreadsheet because I don't want to give incorrect information to people when, look, you want to get the best information possible. You want to make decisions. You want to understand, am I grinding hard in Battlegrounds for these objectives? Am I going to be making sure that I'm taking AQ fights away from other people because I need the points more than they do in order to grab what I need to, because I'm a, if you're a free-to-play player. Am I investing my units? Do I have to invest my units into this event? There's still questions. So it's kind of like, it's all well and good going, okay, we're going to talk about the element of this video, which is hoard your stuff because you've got to use it. Kabam I've said in the past, don't hoard it. But the other side of things is like the unknown. It's pretty annoying to be very much unknown. And Kabam will say, well, we're just trying to do something new. Yeah, there's a difference between trying something new and giving people as much information as possible to make educated decisions to prep for this particular event. That's the difference. I think a lot of us will say, Kabam, try something new. Have a laugh. Knock it out of the park with something new. But give everyone just as much information as possible. Or give all the things, like those bundles, into the store at the same time. Like, come on, like that's basically it. But okay, I've kind of gone away from what I wanted to talk about with this video. But it's all relevant and it's all important because the trade-in event is something that is a weird thing to have returned. Now, I've got some forum kind of like information. We first of all got some info from, this is what I want to grab up here. So back a little while ago, Kabam Jax, I think this was back in 2022, said, I feel it's important to equip the community so they can plan spending and saving accordingly. So I'll give you the information I have. Up to the point, this is about the gold offers returning, because we haven't had a gold offer in ages, since I think 2021. So that's 2 years nearly in the making. But it's important to equip a community plan spending, blah, blah, blah. Up to this point, I haven't heard anything about this coming back. Again, that doesn't necessarily mean it won't return, and don't come yell at me if you spend everything and it does. But as of now, I haven't heard even a whisper about it. I asked someone similar when people... I said something similar when people were asking about the trade-in store with Awakening Gems and Signature Stones. This was Christmas, by the way, or the Legends event. Because some people said they were holding on to items hoping for their return. But even when I told them that I knew they said that it would continue to hold on to regardless. So use the information however you see fit. So look, we got the idea that it wasn't coming back. And I think that's... Oh yeah, that's it. So that obviously, like, the part of that particular discussion point was... I've seen it in a few spots since the announcement of the Legends Trade-In Store. The Legends Trade-In Store is still something that runs. I don't think it ran this year with the Legends event. Kabam put something out different. In the conversation I've been part of, I've not heard anything about the Awakening or Signature Store, Stone Store, returning in the near future. I think it's important information for you to hear because I've seen a few players mention they're hoarding their items, waiting for it to happen. Now, on the flip side to this, if it were to return in the distant future, I don't want to hear people say, Jax told me to spend and now can't trade in. I'm saying that as of now, I've not seen any indication that it's on the horizon. So all that's relevant, for the last year, definitely a year, we've been given the indication something like that won't return. And it hasn't. So that's been good. So players have been kind of like on their merry way. So yeah, I thought Kabam done with it. And we're going to go further back. So we're going further back to a Kabam Boo post. Back in December 2021. That's coming up nearly 2 years. So this is interesting. So Kabam Boo said, thank you for all of your feedback on the trade-in store, because obviously people weren't expected for it. They weren't able to get a huge amount of stuff. We also hear that some of you were unable to take full advantage of this trade-in store at the time. The team confirms that a trade-in store was meant to encourage players who have accumulated a large amount of items in their inventory due to lack of purposeful use to finally trade them in for something that is hopefully more useful to them. With that said, we have digested all your feedback and discussed the situation of the team. The team concludes that while we are unable to make any immediate changes to the current trade-in store, we can definitely plan to run this trade-in store again in the future. With all your feedback in hand, we will endeavour to make the next trade-in store more aligned with feedback received. We will be closing this thread, blah, blah, blah. But, again, and there's a thread somewhere else, or there's I'm pretty certain there is, where it's the indication is this type of event would not come back, and that's just it, isn't it? Like this particular event, I kind of feel is expect the unexpected with it. Like, are we going to have the same conversation in about a year's time, maybe 2 years' time with all of this? I like the event, but I would like to kind of like have some kind of structure to its return, so people can like save up the volume that they can. Kabam saying by adding this event back that people are holding on to more items. Is that the cadence? Is that the narrative? Is that the thought process? Is that, yeah, the general reason that they've brought something like this back? Because I get the feeling it's just going to be a one-off. It was testing the waters, and maybe was more of an encouragement to have some spending elements to it. That's why there's a lot more points you can get if you spend versus, or spend and add to the free-to-play element to this. So everybody gets like a bite of the cake, so to speak. But that's just the issue, isn't it? The outline thought process. Are Kabam encouraging hoarding? Have they done it by accident? Is it a case that some part of Kabam have said, do you know what, let's run this and see what happens, or let's just try and encourage spending? And the other half is like, no, I don't agree this being thing. So you know, we'll have to as the, you know, Kabam, Mike and Jax may be like, well, look, you can run this event, but we don't agree with it because we know what happened last time. Like, I don't know if that's the case. I will be guessing the reason behind it. But I would say that if Kabam are planning to run events like this in the past, they've got to, number one, have this element of clarity about how it's going to run. You know, this 3 days over a 7-day period of a 10-day event to let us know that, hey, by the way, you might go and spend stuff here, but you might lose out because you should have grabbed the stuff at the end part of the week, and you may not have enough stuff to, you know, may not have enough like a currency to buy it. That's why I'm saying to people like, wait until Kabam have put out these things. The event doesn't end until the, what is it? It's not meant to end until the 2nd of October. By the 29th, like, we'll know on the 24th, what is the extras? We'll know on the 29th, what is the extras? And when we know that, we can start making decisions about, right, well, I'm going to get this because the loyalty one gets 1,000 points. So at this particular point, you can, I don't know, get involved with AW, grab loyalty, I don't know, send help thing, I don't know, whatever you need to do to kind of like grab whatever last bit of loyalty. But the problem is it does encourage like hoarding. Like, by accident, if the loyalty bundle costs loyalty, by happy coincidence, I haven't spent any of my loyalty. But Kabam are about to put in a loyalty store. Funnily enough, I think the loyalty store might drop on the 27th, which again could be a problem, because if Kabam go, oh, by the way, we have updated the loyalty store and it is dropping on the 27th, theoretically, but I'm not saying it is, but if the loyalty store update drops on the 27th, but the loyalty bundle doesn't drop until the 29th, you may have spent a good chunk of your loyalty on the 27th and then scuppered yourself on the 29th to get 1,000 points for this particular event. So this is why I'm saying to people, like, be cautious about this, especially because, you know, hoarding side of things is just such a bit of an issue with it. I'm going to end the video here because I'm just going to start repeating old ground with stuff, but I just found it quite weird. I found this event being put back in a bit weird, and yeah, I think even more weird. And I think it's that one of the reasons Kabam, I haven't seen Kabam Jax kind of respond back to some of the stuff. I haven't even seen Kabam Mike respond. I think they must be kind of like, just, you know, what's the word? Like, they're dealing with stuff that maybe they didn't want to kind of, maybe didn't want this kind of like pop up. Yeah, maybe they'll respond next week. We'll have to see. Any case, that's been a video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this little bit of a deep dive. It feels really. How do you feel about the hoarding side of things? Do you find this event very weird, strange, and are you annoyed about it? Put it in the comment section. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.